Hey guys, and welcome to another trip series. So this one's a little bit of a bucket list trip for me. We're spending the next 5 nights, or 4 nights now, on Dirk Hartog Island, which is off the west coast of WA. It's about a K offshore. If you're familiar with Steep Point, that's the most westerly point in Australia. And then we jump on a barge, we put the vehicles on a barge, and they take us out to Dirk Hartog Island. So mega remote, absolutely no facilities whatsoever out there. It's quite expensive to get on and off the barge, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. So joining me on this trip is Jonesy and Gary. So 3 cars, 3 lads. We'll be staying in Swags. I've brought the Tinny along. In fact, I brought a lot of new gear along, so I'm testing quite a lot of new gear. And what better way to do it than somewhere totally off grid. So I actually came in yesterday, ended up being about a 12-hour drive from Perth. It's only about 1,000 k's, but it takes a while. The last 200 k's into Steep Point is fairly rough. It's probably some of the most corrugated roads you'll ever do in WA. It's really rough. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit of that footage now. Long, whooped, chopped out sand dunes. Tyres right down, in full drive, just crawling. I don't want that boat bouncing too much on the roof. So far, so good. Tyre pressures is key out here. The sand is very loose and soft. Can't get any speed and momentum up because it's all chewed out uphill. So this is where we stayed last night. This is a deep-ore site called Shelter Bay. It's pretty basic, but it's really nice, right on the beach. It has been absolutely blowing its bum off. It has been so windy. That's why I'm recording in the Canopy at the moment. I'm going to do my best to get you some footage, but it's probably going to be a windy few days, unfortunately. Last night we did a little bit of fishing off the rocks behind me out here, and we did pretty well. Between us we got 4 or 5 nice sized blue line emperor, so we'll probably cook them up today, I imagine. But anyway, I need to stop yapping. We've got a date with the barge. Should we go get this barge, lads?
Yeah, mate, yeah, let's go and do it, eh?
There's the island over there. That'll be home for the next few nights. Tell you what, really excited to be getting on Dirk Hartog. This has been something that I've wanted to do for, well, as long as I can remember, really. It is expensive. It's about between 200 and 350 bucks each way just for the barge. So we're off, just sort of off season, so it's about 200 each way this time. Plus, you know, whatever it is, 20 bucks a night camping. So it's ends up being about a $500 bucks for a few nights.
Yeah, it's cool, eh?
That's wicked.
Yeah, love it.
Loved it, man.
Yeah, good stuff.
We're on the island. Other than Australia, this is the first island my car's ever been on, and hopefully not the last. Actually, my car's going to tick over 100,000 Ks on this trip. I'm currently at 99675. So for those of you that have asked me, am I planning to hang on to this car, or when will I be upgrading? I've not even got 100,000 Ks on it yet, so I'll be keeping it for the, certainly for the near future anyway. Some time ago they decided that Dirk Hartog Island would be the perfect little spot to try reintroduce a few native species. So they set about eradicating all the cats and foxes and whatever other feral animals were on the island. Baiting, shooting, not sure. But anyway, they got rid of them all, and they've reintroduced lots of little marsupial-y little things. So they've got no introduced predators on the island, and apparently they're doing quite well, so it was quite a success. Probably unlikely to see any of them, but what we should see a lot of is humpback whales at this time of the year, so we'll keep an eye out for them, and hopefully plenty of fish, fingers crossed. Anyway, we are going to go boost to our campsite, unload some gear, probably have a beer, get this tinny off the roof, and start relaxing. That's the plan. I must say, I knew the corrugations were bad coming into Steep Point, but I didn't think they'd be quite this bad on the island.
Pretty bloody bad, eh? My front end maybe not talking with.
Yeah, it's horrible. Getting towards the point of the island, getting very close to our campsite now. Took us, I don't know, what time is it? 1 o'clock. It's taken us the best part of 3 hours to do like 60 odd Ks. We've stopped a little bit to adjust tyre pressures and check that everything's strapped down, but it's been very slow going. It is really rugged, remote country out here. We've seen a couple of cars in the last few hours. Anyway, there's no water, there's no power, there's no phone service, there's no fuel. Got to be self-sufficient.
Wasn't there 4 available spots here, Cam, and we got 3 of them?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened since. There looks like there's a boat on the beach down there as well. Here we are, Withnell Point, or Withnell Bay. Let's have a look. One other group camped over there, and they've got a boat, a nice looking boat. Just trying to suss out where we're going to go. cracking spot. So we got the tinny off the roof, and we're all set up. We're bunkering in for a couple of days here. The wind's picked up. It's pretty bloody windy, but we decided to go for a bit of a boost in the tinny. Went out about a K or so and just did a bit of trolling with a couple of diving lures, and we did alright. I'll show you some footage.
Yeah, boys!
It's not very big. Oh yeah. Right.
She's alright.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, you know, you right?
Yes.
Yeah. Look a bit small, to tell you the truth. Day of the day. Bit small though.
Conditions are good.
Oh lordy lord, make it stop! I want to go home. Oh, shit.
It's a little wet. So that was good fun. 3 in total. Managed to get 2 on the boat. 1 I sort of lost when I was trying to bring him in. But they're all a little bit small anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're grey mackerel. They all measured around 700mm, and I think size is 750, so we've thrown them back. But we do have some blue line emperor from yesterday that we caught off the rocks. I didn't film that, so I'll probably cook some of that for tea, and I think Gary probably will as well. So that's it for the Savo. The wind's really blowing up now, so we're probably just going to have a couple of beers, watch the sunset, cook a bit of a feed up, probably get an early night and have an early start tomorrow. If it's still tomorrow, I'll get back in the tinny and we'll go for a bit of a fish. We've sussed out one little reef that's not too far out there. A couple of other blokes out there. I don't know if you can see the boat out there, but they were diving on it, spearfishing on it. So must be something there. We'll have a look.
Hey mate, how are you?
Hey, what do you think of your first day on Dirk Hartog?
Yeah, fantastic mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, loved it.
Road in was rough, wasn't it?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, worst road I've done for a long time.
Yeah, I reckon it's up there with one of my worst.
Corrugation was outrageous, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're here. Forgotten about that. Out in the water,
It's all worth it, huh?
catching the mackerel. All worth it now, yeah, all good mate.
Data dump. Charging everything off 240 with the inverter while I've got the solar panels out, just before it gets dark and I lose all that sun. So running off grid for 5 nights, not doing a hell of a lot of driving between nights either, and also no fixed solar anymore, just the one solar blanket, the Allspark one from Off-Road Living. And I've also even reduced the size of the lithium battery. I've only got 150 amp hour. I used to have 200. So bit of a test for it. What better way to do it? After last night's dinner, cooking the fish for the 3 of us, running the fridge and all the rest of it. Battery's down to about 70%. So it's induction cooker's back on this morning and coffee's on the go. Solar panels in full sun, 200 watt blankets, pulling in about 10 amps, which is really good. That's the all spark blanket. See how we go. I really need to get it back to 100% before sunset. Hopefully we get enough sun. This setup wouldn't work if you're in cloudy conditions or anything like that. I am, with the battery bank I've got and what I'm drawing off it, I am relying on it being fully charged throughout the day. That's either from driving 3 or 4 hours or getting a good 8 hours of sun. So, bit of an experiment. Might not work out. I might need a bigger capacity battery. I might need to lose the induction cooking or get some more solar. Don't know, but that's all part of it, figuring it out. So far it's been really good to use. It's surprising how quick this induction cooker gets hot. Oh, there we go, speaking of which. Mocha pots and coffee beans from Espresso Tenango. He's given me a discount code now. Actually, I'll stick it on the screen there for you. I have found with the induction cooker and the mocha pots a bit trial and error. I've had quite a few boil overs and stuff, but I nailed it that time. It's exactly what you want. Also loving that I can fit fridge up, the milk up right in the shelf of the fridge now. Absolutely loving the fridge. Nothing's fallen out, but I've done a few clever things like leave the cans in these, and I'll hang on to these when I backfill the fridge with some new beers. That just stopped everything coming out. I did get some of these spring bars, but they don't bloody fit inside. They only fit just on the lip. So I can't use them on the top or bottom shelf because they hit the shelf. Anyway, I'll figure it out eventually. That's what this is drawing, the milk frother, about 30 amps. I'm down 50 amp hour off my 150 amp hour bank, which leaves me at 65%. Tide's left us high and dry this morning. It's probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 meters out. Could carry it with the 3 of us. It's not too heavy, but good excuse to use the little mangrove jack folding trailer, and I will just wheel it down to the water and then bring the trailer back up here. Still blowing its bum off. We're not going to go out too far. There's a little bit of a reef, only, I don't know, a couple of 100 meters out, and it's sort of inside the bay and a bit more protected. So we'll, I've got some squid in the freezer. We'll thaw some of that out and have a bit of a drift out of that reef and see how we go. What do you reckon, boys?
I reckon
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Go,
yeah.
let's go, let's go.
The water?
But yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yep. We'll watch you.
All right.
Oh, it's a good looking fish. Alright. Oh yeah, she's nice.
Yeah. Spanish mackerel.
Beautiful.
They're too small, unfortunately. 950.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That'd be close though.
Cool.
So that was a Spanish mackerel. Unfortunately, they've got to be 950mm long to keep. So although it was a decent sized fish, it was not big enough. So he will live to be caught another day. But we did take a, I think it was a little stripy sea perch or something. I think that's what it was, or a flag. Anyway, we did take one fish, and I'll cook that up for tea. And I'm gonna do, what am I doing? Fish tacos. So, pretty keen on them. Should be good. The boys thought it was pretty funny, but I actually didn't bring a lot of, well, I brought a lot of food with me, but I didn't really bring like I didn't bring a lot of meat or anything like that. I was planning to revolve all my meals around some sort of fish that we catch. So then when we've come in and the wind's been blowing 40k an hour since we've been here, I was starting to concern I might go a bit hungry. But so far we've done all right, so it's been good. Weather has been a bit of a bummer, but you can't pick that, so we're just making the most of it and we're still having a really good time. We're thinking tomorrow we're going to do, we've still got one more night on the island, but we're thinking we're going to do a bit of a pack down, and we're only about 8k's from the tip of the island, so we'll probably drive around the tip and onto the other side, and we'll sort of spend the whole day exploring the island and end up right down the mainland end of it by the end of the evening. We'll camp down there close to the ferry, because this took us, yeah, nearly 3 hours to get to from the ferry, and we don't want to do that tomorrow morning. Plus it gives us a chance to have a look at the rest of the island in its entirety, which we're really looking forward to, because I reckon there's a good chance we're going to see some humpback whales on the other side. So I'll get the drone up as close as I'm allowed to, and we'll have a look at them, hopefully. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, I don't know if anyone's interested in this, it's been a bit of an experiment for myself, so I find it interesting. But power-wise, so the car was only charging off the solar blanket today, and I am, where am I? It's 5:30, I'm still putting in 7 or 8 amps, and I'm at 97%, so I'm pretty much fully charged again. So that's cooking. I did breakfast and dinner, cooking off the induction cooker. I've had the travel buddy going, fridge going, water pump, lights, all the rest of it. I didn't cook lunch today, but I could have done. And so if I've got full sun, it's pretty much an indefinite setup if I've got sun all day. If I don't have sun, I'd have to get a couple of hours of driving in. Otherwise I'd be pushing sort of 2 to 3 days with this setup with no sun and no driving. Yeah, probably 2 if I'm cooking off the inverter. If I wasn't cooking off the inverter, yeah, 3 or 4 days easy. You boys eat a lot of burgers, eh?
Did you bring that chili salt thing?
Yeah, you want some? The
Yeah.
chili garlic salt. Do you like jalapenos? That sauce is really nice, but it's very jalapeno-y.
Oh! Yeah, I've got some like that at home.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome to some if you want.
No, no.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. But yeah, this is what I should be doing. I should have done this last night. Should really be cooking tea while there's still some solar on the solar, some sun on the solar panels. That makes sense. One thing I am really impressed with this induction cooker is how quickly it gets hot. Oh, also this pan, I think it's a smart space pan. The handle's detachable and it fits perfectly in the travel buddy. So that's where I've been stowing it while I'm traveling, just wrapped in a tea towel. But I'm also going to use that instead of like a roasting tray in the travel buddy. It's a little bit shallower than the other one I had, but it should work fine. Been using these Cedar Summit plates as well, and cutlery sets. Really like this stuff. Cedar Summit's actually they're sort of more lightweight hiking sort of gear, but they're a WA brand. I just wanted to try some decent WA made gear. Boys are doing burgers. They're always eating burgers. Probably all going to blow away. Love this stuff. If you like jalapenos, that's really good. It's just from Woolies. Yum. Coriander.
We're taking the awnings down now. You're in the swag though.
These might be a bit strong. There's no fizzing. This might be flat.
I might have had it for a long time. But mind you, I've not opened it, so...
I feel like it's gone flat.
Huh?
An old person trait.
5.
Here, have a sip and tell me if you need more.
Storing things for years. Like stale lollies.
Is there something you want to tell us? Oh, people stale lollies than you.
No, I'm happy with that.
I don't know.
Where's that going, Gary?
Well, I don't know. You mentioned old people stale lollies. I'm just thinking if you've got something to tell us.
I just remember my grandmother.
I see, I told you.
You boys happy?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perfect.
The trouble with truth is it just don't get old. There's a gravity to grace I can't escape. And the trouble with grace, it gives more than it takes.